All right then, bro. We'll go to some featherweight Muay Thai. Quite excited for this one. We see our boy Shadow finally making his way off the Friday fights card into pay-per-view, coming up against Mohamed Younes Rabah. Shadow's 25 years old. He's 5-1-0 in the one championship. He's on a 5-fight winning streak. Last time out he beat Hassan Vadan Riyad by KO. And he's coming up against Mohamed Younes Rabah, who is 28 years old. 2-1-0. Last time out, he beat silky smooth Eddie Abasolo by unanimous decision in his last fight, PG. So is it going to be a massive debut on pay-per-view for our boy Shadow here? Or is Mohamed Younes Rabah going to spoil the party for him here, bro?
It's going to be a tough fight. I tell you one thing, if there's one way of beating Shadow, it can be with a lot of movement and a lot of consistent footwork activity. But Shadow is the kind of guy that he's like a bigger, stronger version of Muay Thai. He's powerful and he's selective, and his elbows are dangerous. And once he gets you into his void, this man goes to work, bro. And he's tough to beat. But if there's anyone that can take it to him, it's the style of Mohamed Younes Rabah. Like, you remember we went nuts for that fight against Eddie Abasolo. How crazy was that fight between the two of them, by the way? The level of speed and what they were displaying, and just absolutely amazing. And I think that style can be the style that will give Shadow a tough time. Granted, I do think that Shadow can put Mohamed out, because Eddie dropped Mohamed as well in that fight. Remember, Mohamed is a lot smaller than both of these guys. Mohamed, what's his name? Eddie Abasolo. He dropped Mohamed. So I think Shadow is a lot harder hitting than Eddie Abasolo. And I think if he can get the fight into close quarters and not necessarily stay out in range, the fight's in his favor. Because when they fight out in range, Mohamed is taller, he's got the longer weapons, and he uses his weapons really well. He's very slick. He's got good elbows, fantastic counters. He also uses his range in a way that people are kind of falling into a hypnotism in the way that he moves. It's brilliant to watch. However, his style does gas him out. We did notice in that third round against Eddie, and previous fights before that when he fought Summerpicked as well, there were times where Mohamed Younes got gassed, especially in that later rounds, because of those spinning techniques take a lot of energy out of you. So I think the keys to victory for Mohamed here is to stay on the outside, use his speed advantage, keep activity happening, keep attacking the body. You're gonna bring Shadow's arms or hands down, and then you can let those fast boxing combinations go. Because I do think he's got that advantage over Shadow. But that's a lot easier said than done when you got Shadow who's quite competent in keeping his hands up high. I mean, he didn't go on a 5-fight win streak for nothing. You know what I mean? He's been showing levels of his game in each fight. Where, for me, the one thing I wanted him to really show me that he was good at is his defensive game. Because I know going forward, he's super dangerous, dude. This guy can put you out with multiple weapons, a knee to the body, an elbow to the face, boxing combinations, high kick. He can do it all, but he does it at like one shot at a time. Bang, 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 bang. Whereas Mohamed is like, he's just flowing at you, and he's flowing. So it's a clash of styles, and I'm really keen to see which one will be able to implement the game plan better. I know that Shadow's got better durability. So it's this could easily also be a main event in any other card, to be honest with you. So I'm quite for this matchup, particularly because they're both ranked, if I'm not mistaken. I think Shadow is ranked number 4 something in the division, or number 3, somewhere around there, number 4 in that featherweight division. And I'm not sure if Mohamed is ranked, but I mean, if the website could show us a top 10 or a top 15, you would see these two guys definitely in that numbers. You know what I mean? That's how highly ranked they are. It's a good fight. I think it's safe to say this could be a fight that could set either one of these guys up for a potential number 1 contenders matchup next. You know, they can it'll back up their argument to say, listen, I can fight for a title very soon, whoever wins here. Put it that way.
So you mentioned it is a case of styles make fights, and this is a great stylistic matchup. You said Mohamed Younes Rabah as his keys to victory. So if Shadow gets it done, bro, what's that going to look like? How's he going to get it done? Is it just going to be a flash KO? Yeah?
Not a flash KO.
Okay, so yeah, fair enough. How does he work his way to that knockout, bro?
Yeah, so what I'm based on his previous styles, Shadow's probably going to keep that guard very high, and he's going to basically just track Mohamed down into a point when he'll get Mohamed into the ropes, possibly to the corner. And his way of working in like that is high guard, hard low kicks, high guard, hard low kicks, just measuring him into that corner. Once he gets him there, you're starting to see unload his more powerful stuff, which is his elbows gets you into clinch work. Shadow does a lot of good work when he gets in close. His opponent can't really move out of a corner or out of the ropes. You know what I mean? But that's also a difficult thing to Shadow because Mohamed's got fantastic footwork. He might be able to dance around Shadow for 3 rounds here. You know what I mean? He might even get the stoppage. Both guys are very, very dangerous for each other because the styles are opposite, and it's the styles can kind of counter each other in that way. So Shadow's keys to victory for me. He's closing the distance, basically making Mohamed fight with the back foot. Mohamed's gonna throw counter shots. He's gonna fight with the back foot because he's comfortable doing that. And Shadow just got to be patient, keep his guard up, and not get caught in something wild. And then once he has Mohamed's foot or feet or not feet, his geography taken away from him, and he has less place to move. Shadow can throw his heavy weapons there because that's where he has the advantage.
Very, very nicely done, PG. And of course, a lot of our viewers are betting men and women. So give us a who and when here, PG.
His
Final pick.
final pick, I would say, this is a high level fight, bro. I want to say it goes 3 rounds. 3 rounds, Shadow wins by decision, but both of them can put each other out.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
So, final verdict, Shadow by decision.
Yeah, when you get to this point, where the guys are like this good at each other, right? And both of them are aware that they both have that kill shot in them. They can put you out. They both fighters become more defensive, right? Especially because of what's at stake. Both of them are. I mean, Shadow's ranked, so there's a lot at stake here for both athletes. What's next? So you have to fight this fight very cautiously, not to the point where you're giving up rounds, but I mean, you have to also be very safe. You know what I mean? That's what happens when you get to these high level guys. Yeah. Is that they go for the kill, but they're more calculated for the kill, which kind of results in the fight going very long.
Fair play, BG. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. And that is why BG gets paid the big bucks here Fighting with Friends. So take those bet slips and put Shadow on them and take it to the bank on Sunday morning, ladies and gentlemen.